Hi everyone, my name is Ruchir. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I wanted to share with you some of the most common cash burning mistakes that a lot of startups make, including my own startup. So like I said in my introduction video, I started a software development agency in 2012 and I ran it for about 8 years. Almost all of the mistakes that I'm going to mention, I personally had made all of them. So these are not lessons that I've learned from some book or something. These are first-hand experiences that I've had. And I think it does not only apply to software development agency, but to a lot of other businesses in general. So I wanted to share with all of you guys, and I am hoping it will benefit some of you who are actually right now building their own startup. Lack of clarity or focus in any business burns a lot of money without you even knowing, and that is actually the base of all the lessons that I'm going to explain. But let's just get started with the points that I want to mention. So number one, a lot of companies I think tend to go very wide in the services or products that they are offering, and they go very shallow instead of going very narrow and deep. So what does this actually mean? I'll elaborate on that. So for example, if you are into the services business, in my case, which was software development services, you get very attracted that if you are offering software services, you should offer everything. Like for example, designing the software, to developing the software, to actually testing the software, and we build the complete product ourselves in-house. And it is always going to attract you, since you have the client who is ready to pay you the money, and you see this as a money making opportunity, and to be able to charge more to your clients. On top of that, most of these clients, after their website is built, they would need some kind of a digital marketing services, like for example, social media management, SEO, and all those services. And you again see that as a money making opportunity for your business, and you think, yeah, if you offer that as an upsell, that will increase your revenue, and basically you have a client and you offer as much services to them as possible. But there's a big mistake that happens here. You are now suddenly becoming not only a software company, but you're also becoming a digital marketing company, a testing company, a designing company. And as a small startup, as a company who has just started and has a very small team of resources that is available, and you start to break your energy in all these different directions, you actually lose focus on the mission that you have, or on the vision that you set initially, just because you thought that this is a money making opportunity. And more often than not, what ends up happening is you become a average developer, average digital marketer, average designer in all these spaces, and you actually end up losing a lot of money, and you become a part of जिसे बोलते हैं भीड़ का हिस्सा बन जाना. मतलब suddenly people stop seeing USP in your business. Like when you enter into any business, you want to actually be called as, for example, if you're doing designing of mobile applications or websites, people must be able to tell each other that there are so many designers, but this guy is the best, they do the best designs. But since you do everything now, you are an average guy at everything, and it becomes very hard to recommend you for any particular use case. This is just the software services example, but if you see any other large businesses also, you will be able to realize that that is the case. For example, recently Paytm went for IPO, Nykaa also went for IPO. You can differentiate between these companies. For example, Paytm, if you think about it, what does Paytm do? Paytm is into so many businesses, you cannot pick one of them. Are they a shopping website? Are they a finance platform? Are they a way to transact money? It's just they're into everything. So on the other hand, if you see Nykaa is a very specific business. The first time you hear Nykaa, you know it's a cosmetic company, cosmetic e-commerce brand, and that is their vision, that is the direction that they're going into. Also, what happens in this case is, since you have so many different areas that you are providing services or products in, if one area is doing well but the other does not do so well, you will start losing money there, and overall it will not be as profitable of a business as it could have been if you were focusing all your energy in one space. And it changes everything, and it changes multiple dynamics of your company in no time without you realizing it. Like, for example, if you are into multiple services, the team that you need to build, for example, in our case, if we start digital marketing, I would need probably a content writer, somebody to manage social media, somebody to do graphics for that particular digital marketing client. So even if I have one digital marketing client, I'll have to make a team of 3-4 people. So to summarize, focusing your energy on one particular service or product, this is not specific to any product, any industry. I give you another example. Let's say you build an e-commerce website and you are actually selling physical products. The more number of SKUs you deal in, it increases the number of stock that you need to maintain, the number of money that you need to invest in packaging, everything increases exponentially. And there's nothing wrong in focusing on growth. You should always be looking at growing your company into maybe more services, etc. But all I'm saying is, you should be planned and you should know exactly the numbers, the cost, how much are you investing when you say that I am starting this new service, I am starting this new product, etc. So moving to my second point, not knowing your target audience or your target customers. So this again might sound very simple, that you should know who you are selling to, obviously. But for example, again, in our case, if we are a website development company or a software development company, then who are we specifically building the websites for? Is it large scale companies? Is it medium scale companies? Or is it some individual, some businessman who just want a basic website for their shop, or for example, somebody starting a cake business? Will I be making website for them? And I am also at the same time looking for large corporations I'm building websites for. Who is the target audience? What scale are we targeting? The reason this is important is, it changes how you structure your team. It changes the processes that you are going to build around that software, your sales processes, your support processes. For example, if I am building a website for a small shop, for a small nearby Kirana shop who just needs a basic website, do I need like a designer, a high-end designer who is specifically producing the highest quality designs out there, somebody of that standard sitting in my team? Does my customer care about the accuracy of those designs, or I can just use ready-made themes? Or are we, if we get a project, are we also going to build a ERP software, for which you need a large scale team? So you should be asking these questions to yourself and be very clear about it. Again, clarity, cannot stress that more. Moving on to my third and final point, which is hiring people versus looking for partners. So this is a mistake a lot of people make. During the initial stage of our startup, we feel that any skill that we need in our team, any new skill that is required, we can just go out there and hire, and that will resolve everything. But there are complexities to this. It does not prove to be true in most cases, in my experience, because of multiple reasons. First of all, the budget that you will require to hire a new skill, a skill that is not present in your company and you want somebody to take care of it. For example, you as a founder or as a co-founder, let's say you do not have as much finance knowledge, but you need somebody to take care of finance for your business. So bringing in someone to take care of finance overall for the entire company, a new skill that comes into the company, You cannot just go out there and hire someone unless you have a very high budget to bring in a senior guy, because such a profile, such a person would actually should not be a process follower, because there is no finance department in the company at this point. But somebody coming in, he has to be a process setter who should be experienced, right? But most probably at this early stage will not be able to afford such resources. At this point, it is better if you look for partnering opportunities. If you could find someone you know who is good at this and who can equally believe in the vision that you have set for the company, and he actually likes your idea, likes your business, and he's able to join you as a partner, whether part of equity or whatever terms you figure out with them, I think that works better in the long term. Again, because of multiple reasons. It's not only about being able to afford or not, etc. It's also about your partners, the people you trust, the people you know, and people who actually align with your vision are going to put in a lot more effort, which is actually required while building this company. Somebody who is looking at the business only as an employee or only as an employer, and what if he just gives his average input that I'll just be doing my job for 8 hours a day, but this mostly does not work because of the stage that you are in. You are at a very initial stage. You need, like, probably at this point the team is just 4 or 5 people. So all of these 4 or 5 people should be strictly aligned with what you are trying to build. They should exactly clearly know what we are trying to achieve in 1 year, in 2 years, and they should build the business from that perspective with you, as much energy as you are putting. So yeah, the bottom line is you should be very, very clear on what you're trying to do. You should know what your goals are. Everyone in your team should know what you are trying to do, who you are targeting, why you are targeting. And if a new business opportunity comes, you should compare that with your existing plan and whether it falls there. So these were just some 2 bits of my experience. Feel free to let me know in the comments on some of the points that you relate with, and some more points from your experience, on some more examples related to what I just said. And thank you so much for watching. Please do comment on what more kind of videos that you would like to watch. Like the video, and please subscribe to my channel to keep updated about the content that I'm going to make. Thank you so much for your time.